What's your name?
Pardon?
What's your name?
What's your name?
Liz.
Liz.
So I'm this police officer that's in charge
Oh,
of this
Chief Superintendent. Oh, okay, lovely.
Have you got any ID on you, please?
Why would I need ID?
Have you got any ID on you, please?
Come on
Otherwise
in.
we're going to have to ask you to leave.
Come on, Superintendent. You don't just go around demanding ID from the members of the public.
I'd certainly do if they're counter-terrorism risk.
Counter-terrorism risk? What makes it a counter-terrorism risk?
Filming our officers.
As I explained to the person on the bike, I don't even know who that is.
Okay,
but I'm just waiting for some marked vehicles to come in and out.
Sir, would you mind me asking, just asking, what are you doing here?
As I've just explained twice now, once to the person on the bike and one on the to this lady.
Mate, listen. You can't really be outside police stations.
Okay, before you go ahead with the search, can I just say one more thing? Yeah. I would highly recommend that you look up a memo from the National Police Chiefs Council regarding people filming in public places, regarding social media vloggers and police stations. I would highly recommend it before you land yourself a lawsuit.
Listen.
And that's you do what you
feel comfortable with that.
You do what you got to do. You do what you got. I will say
Okay.
now, I do not consent to any searches.
The situation quickly became tense when a senior police officer approached the cameraman and immediately demanded identification. The man calmly questioned why he needed to provide ID while standing in a public place. Officers claimed there could be a counter-terrorism concern, but the cameraman argued that filming outside a police station was completely legal. Instead of backing down, he explained that he was only waiting to capture footage of marked police vehicles entering and leaving the station. From the very beginning, the conversation turned into a heated debate about public rights, police authority, and suspicion.
I know lawfully I don't have to, but I want to make that clear.
Regardless of your ability to film things in a public setting.
Right.
Obviously you raise our awareness and our suspicion, particularly in an environment of severe CT risk.
And who are you, sorry?
I'm Inspector Tarek McKinsey.
Inspector
Tarek McKinsey.
McKinsey, that's a cool name, I like that. And have you got a warrant number there?
Yeah, I do. 243581.
243501, thank you. And do you have a warrant number? Sorry?
Mate, listen.
Sorry,
Instead of being obstructive.
No, I'm not being obstructive. I'm trying to get relevant
Can you just
information.
listen to me for a second, all right?
No, I don't have to listen to you, do I?
No, you don't.
Exactly.
Okay, fine.
So you give me a warrant number. Do you have a warrant number, Superintendent, please?
We're not going to engage with any further.
Listen.
Well, you are, because you're saying that you're going to search me, so you would have to give your information at that point anyway, wouldn't you?
Can you grab one of the uniform lot?
And you're Charlie Wynn, so you're a constable, thank you. Am I being detained at this moment? Am I currently detained?
Yeah, uniforms
No.
who are equipped and everything to do with
Okay, so I'm not detained.
Not at this precise moment.
Okay, not at this precise moment. Well, again, as I said, you've got smartphones. I would highly recommend you look up this memo, okay? This memo is a key piece of evidence.
As the officers continued pressing him, the cameraman warned them about a National Police Chiefs Council memo regarding filming in public spaces. He explained that social media vloggers and auditors legally film police stations all the time, and simply recording outside a station is not enough reason for a Section 43 terrorism search. The officers appeared frustrated, while the cameraman confidently claimed that ignoring the memo could land them in legal trouble. He even mentioned previous lawsuits involving similar incidents, making it clear he was familiar with the law and prepared to challenge any unlawful actions.
In court, on these lawsuits.
I'm not disputing the fact that you're not allowed to film in the
Absolutely.
public setting, but the fact that you're here and filming police
No,
vehicles.
but the memo clearly states that filming outside a police station is not enough grounds for a Section 43 search. Okay, and that is the key point of evidence that will win me this lawsuit.
You're not filming outside a police station. You're filming. You've told a colleague you're filming vehicles. That's capturing
marked
data
vehicles.
And things like that.
Marked vehicles.
Irrelevant.
No, we pay for them. Members of the public, as through our taxes, we pay for them. They're not secret information.
We can also search
they're not
you
secret.
to look into that.
No. You have to have grounds to search me.
Yeah, I do.
No. You have to have objection. So you suspect me being a
You're
terrorist?
You're also filming people police officers coming out who are not in marked, who are not wearing uniform.
No. You're making an assumption. You're making an assumption there.
The officer just came out and said you were filming as she exited. So,
right, and do you know that I was filming her?
Well, I have that suspicion. Okay.
Okay.
And that's enough for me to look into.
It's not. That's filming.
The tension escalated when officers suggested they might detain and search him once uniformed officers arrived. The cameraman repeatedly asked if he was being detained, but officers avoided giving a direct answer. He argued that if they truly suspected terrorism, they would already be physically stopping him from leaving. Instead, he accused them of trying to intimidate him into compliance. The exchange became increasingly confrontational as both sides argued over whether the officers had legitimate grounds to carry out a search under counter-terrorism powers.
We can debate this all day.
It's not a debate. The memo clearly says it, and the fact that I've made you aware of this memo is going to win me the lawsuit.
look, that's absolutely fine. You're
It's absolutely fine.
It's fine. It's fine for you to have that opinion.
It's
You're
not an
filming not only
opinion.
my
It's
television,
fact.
but staff
I've already got
are
one
coming
lawsuit
through.
against the MPS for this exact
Okay,
reason.
well, look, I'm not going to debate those situations. Okay, is anyone available?
We're just going to ask a question if someone pop down, but yeah. No, it should come out on the radio.
Yeah,
shortly.
okay.
Well, I might just stick around, to be honest. I might go. But
That's within your gift, right?
well, apparently, because I'm not detained, but you suspect me of being a terrorist because you said you're going to detain me. You're waiting for a uniform to come and detain me. So clearly, you suspect me of being a
We'd
terrorist.
be more comfortable doing a search when we've got body worn fitters as well. All right.
So you're not going to detain me until the uniform gets here.
The cameraman strongly defended his right to record in public, insisting that police officers and police stations could legally be filmed from public land. Officers argued that filming vehicles and officers entering or leaving the station raised security concerns, especially for undercover staff or officers in personal vehicles. The cameraman rejected this argument completely, saying marked police vehicles are funded by taxpayers and visible to the public anyway. The debate highlighted the growing conflict between public accountability filming and police concerns about operational security.
You're just going to wait. At which point I could just walk away, potentially be a terrorist. As you're saying you suspect.
It's a developing situation.
It's not, because if you genuinely suspected me of being a terrorist,
I don't
you
really
would
want
be
to
you would be
engage with
physically
further
detaining
because
me, wouldn't
You're
you?
being provocative, in my opinion, and I think you're doing that on purpose.
No, I'm trying
That's
to
my view.
reason
That's
with you,
my view.
Inspector.
You're not being reasonable because you're interrupting me non-stop. I'm trying to talk, you keep cutting
You
in.
interrupt me as well.
No, I've let you speak. You've said you've made your piece. I've explained what we're looking to do.
Yeah,
Okay, and that's fine.
but it's not fine. That's the issue, Inspector, is that it's not fine. You cannot abuse. You used to have Section 44.
I'm not abusing.
You don't have to. You don't have to
I'm not
talk.
abusing.
You don't have to talk. Do you know you used to have Section 44? Do you know why that got repealed? For this exact reason, didn't it? Didn't it, Chief
So
Superintendent?
why are you filming us now?
Pardon?
Why?
Well, for my own protection. You just said that you're going to detain and search me. As you said, you want body-worn footage. I want my own record as well.
As the argument continued, the cameraman accused the officers of abusing their authority. He reminded them that Section 44 powers had previously been repealed because of misuse against photographers and members of the public. He claimed the officers were ignoring basic human rights and freedom of expression protections. The officers attempted to calm the situation, but the cameraman refused to let the issue go, repeatedly insisting that threatening a search over lawful filming was unacceptable behavior from senior-ranking officers.
We want to make sure officers are safe. So we want to take.
And I want to make sure members of the public are safe from tyrants like yourselves. So if you're going to abuse Section 43, I cannot stop you from doing that, obviously. And I won't resist you. I'm not going to aid you, but I won't resist you. And you will end up with a civil suit, and you will both be up on disciplinary matters.
As we said, we're going to wait for the uniform. I think we've both set our piece here.
No, I haven't finished saying my piece, actually.
You're free to talk.
I know I'm free to talk. I have rights. You don't have to respond. You've said multiple times you're not going to continue engaging, yet you do. As I said, I've made you aware of the memo,
Yeah, absolutely.
and you're refusing to even look it up. I've made you aware, and neither of you are making any sort of concerted effort to look up this memo to double-check the facts before you get a uniformed officer down here to detain me and search me and abuse my human rights.
After more officers arrived, the atmosphere slowly became calmer. One constable appeared willing to actually listen to the cameraman's explanation rather than immediately threaten enforcement. The cameraman carefully explained that he was filming marked vehicles for social media content and not conducting hostile reconnaissance. He again referred to the police memo, warning the younger officer that carrying out an unlawful search could personally expose him to complaints and disciplinary action. Unlike the earlier confrontation, this conversation became more respectful and professional.
No, you're abusing my rights.
Pulling out a phone and doing research right now. I don't know who you are. I don't know anything
You could get this constable to do it. You could get the chief superintendent to do it.
A little bit under control. That's absolutely fine. Right?
Well, sorry, what's your name, Chief? Elizabeth Chappell, and was it Sergeant McKinsky? And your warrant number, sorry? 238826. Thank you. Just so I know exactly who to reference in the complaint to the IOPC.
Absolutely fine.
Absolutely. I will not be bullied by a threat of a search from exercising my right. You know we have human rights in this country. Do you remember your oath? Do either of you remember your oath? No, I doubt that you do you?
We're not going to do this.
You don't have to, but I can still talk and I can still ask questions.
Okay.
Neither of you remember your oath. You swore an oath to the crown of this country to uphold the human rights of the people. I have an Article 10 right to exercise my freedom of expression.
The officers eventually admitted their concerns were mainly about personal safety and the possibility of private vehicles being identified online. The cameraman responded by saying he understood those concerns and would even attempt to blur registration plates if possible. He stressed that he was not targeting officers personally and had no intention of putting anyone at risk. This part of the conversation showed a major shift from confrontation to actual discussion, with both sides finally explaining their perspectives instead of simply arguing.
That's exactly what I'm doing.
You don't have the right to film police officers.
I absolutely do. Anywhere in a public place, yes, I do. So you're going to come. You're going to come and get a uniform to come with a body-worn camera who has the right to record me, but I don't have the right to record you.
Recording us.
Yeah, but she just said I don't have the right to. Which I absolutely... You just said you don't have the right to record police officers.
You're doing, you've raised our suspicions that
Well,
you're
you're raising my suspicions right now of absolute tyrannical constables. And it's disgusting that it's a superintendent and an inspector. Absolutely despicable.
Okay, no problem.
You keep saying no problem, but it is a huge problem. A huge, huge, huge problem.
Can you just turn around? So essentially, I'll give you a particular update. This individual has been spotted outside by an officer leaving the police station unmarked in their own personal vehicle.
As tensions eased, the officers became curious about the cameraman's work and even asked if he had a YouTube channel. He jokingly avoided giving the channel name but admitted he creates social media content and enjoys photography as a hobby. He explained that he uses simple filming equipment and basic editing software rather than professional production gear. What started as a serious confrontation slowly turned into a surprisingly relaxed conversation between the officers and the cameraman.
She is concerned because it looks like he's filming, obviously the entrance where we've got the coming through. He's also filming an officer going up from work, not in plain uniform this time. As such, given this specific threat, there's some concerns that perhaps he's raised our suspicion in this GT environment. So, obviously,
Again, so before you, so
you could put body one on, obviously.
yeah, absolutely. Oh, there's a vehicle coming, guys. Be safe. So you've obviously listened to the inspector's side of it. So for you to make an informed decision, and I'll be polite with you, I'd like you to hear my side of it, okay? And I think that's only fair. So I came here, as I explained to the first person that approached, I came here to try and get some shots of marked vehicles coming in and out, like this one. If obviously it wasn't being obstructed, I would get a nice sweep shot of a marked vehicle going in. Right? So let me finish. I've advised the Chief Superintendent and the Inspector that there is a memo from the National Police Chiefs Council, okay, that clearly explains vloggers and social media auditors filming police stations.
The cameraman once again returned to the topic of counterterrorism laws, arguing that hostile reconnaissance is normally covert, not someone openly filming with a camera in plain sight. He claimed the officers were misunderstanding the legislation and relying too heavily on suspicion rather than actual evidence. The officers acknowledged that these situations are difficult because they often encounter people recording police activity. This clip highlighted the complicated balance between national security concerns and the public's legal right to document police activity.
And that it is not to be used as a ground for a Section 43 search, okay? Now, obviously, I've just heard the inspector say that it's down to you and it is ultimately your decision whether to do the search. As such, if you detain me and search me, you will be the one that is liable because you'll be the one detaining and searching. You would be the one that is liable under the IOPC complaint procedures for disciplinary and dismissal, okay? So I would advise that, yes, your superiors are suggesting that you do something, but I would suggest that you have some common sense, at least look up this memo before you take any further action. I'm not going to go anywhere, but I would suggest that you look up this memo before you put yourself in a bad situation because a chief superintendent and an inspector is asking you to. Okay, because you are the one that is ultimately responsible for your actions as a constable. And they don't have the balls to detain me and search me themselves.
Okay, are you aware that there's not a lot of...
The interaction became noticeably friendlier as the officers admitted they appreciated the cameraman staying calm and explaining his side of the story. They even joked about his drone and filming equipment while discussing social media and photography. The cameraman thanked the officers for taking the time to listen instead of rushing into a search. What had started as an aggressive confrontation slowly transformed into a civil conversation where both sides seemed to better understand each other's concerns.